Hello world, welcome back to Python training, and in this video I'm going to discuss on important string functions. So there is a difference between string functions and string methods. So string functions means those functions that basically operates around a string or character, whereas string methods are those methods which are provided by string class in Python. So what is the difference between function and method? I have already covered that in the last video that I have released. So let me quickly explain what is the difference between string function and string method. So the function that you are seeing on the screen are basically string function, which basically operates around a string. So when I'm talking about string function, let me take an example of a string a equal to Python. Then any of the string function that I want to use, I will basically use those function directly. So len I am using directly and I am passing a as an argument to this function. Whereas let me take an example of a string method. So index is one of the string method. Again, let me take same example, a equal to Python. Then in order to use any string method, I will use the reference variable of a string to access that method. So what is the reference variable of the given string here? So here a will behave as a reference variable because a string is a class in Python, and when I'm assigning some string value to a variable, then that variable behaves as a reference variable. So in order to use any string method, I will use reference variable and dot that particular method. So index of, let's say, p I want to print. This is how I use string methods. This is string method and this is string function. So string function basically operates on a string or character and we directly call them. Whereas in order to use a string method, I'll use the reference variable of a string in order to call these methods.
First, we'll see what is len function. Let's say I have defined a string as hello Python, and if I will use len function like this, then it will basically print the length of this particular string, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters. If I run this program, it will print the length of this string. It basically counts this space also. So just remember that space are also counted as part of the length of the string. Next function is ord and chr function. Ord basically gives the Unicode representation of a particular character in the string. So this is a Unicode sheet which represent the character and its equivalent Unicode number. So in order to use ord function, we don't require any string. We can directly use ord function, and then if we'll give a, so it will give the Unicode number which corresponds to the character A, and we call that as a code point. So it basically gives the code point of A. Let's check what is the code point of A in this Unicode sheet. The code point of A is 097. So when I run this program, it will give me 097 or 97. And let's say if I'll give the ord function of hash. So what is the code point of hash here in this particular sheet? It is 35, right? So when I'll run this program, it will print 35. And then chr method basically is the opposite of ord. So it basically returns the code points corresponding character. Let's say if I'll give chr of 98, so it will basically return the character corresponding to the code point 98. So code point 98 is used for small case b. So when I'll run this, the output should be small case b. Now the next function that we want to discuss is min and max. In order to use max, I'll use something like this, max of a. So it will basically return the character with the highest code point. Let's see if I run this, it is returning me y. So you can think it in terms of dictionary. So if in dictionary you are searching something, so character A, B, C, these word comes first. So you can basically think them with a lower code point, and X, Y, Z, they are at the end of the dictionary. So you can consider them with higher code point. Now min is opposite. So min function basically returns the character with the lowest code point. So lowest code point, you can think of the character which will come first in the dictionary. So it should be E, right? If I run it, space has even, lower code point than the character. So after removing the space, if I'll run this program, the output should be E. So output is E. Now the last function that I want to discuss is list function. So list function basically converts each character of the string into its respective elements. So if I use list of a here, what it will do is that it will basically convert each character of this string into respective element. Means H will be one of the element of the list, E will be another element, L will be another, and so on. So on running this program, you can see it has converted the whole string, each character of the string, into respective list element. So this is about the string function.